The following program is made possible in part by the Nancy Eccles and Homer Hayward Family Foundation, the Digital Media Foundation, Yellow Brick Road, and the Arts Council for Monterey County. A big thank you from McCate TV.
Hi, my name's Dylan Holmes, and you're watching On the Mission Trail.
You're watching On the Mission Trail, a student-produced news magazine on McCate TV. And now, On the Mission Trail with your host, Dylan Holmes.
Today, Coral heads to the airport. We learn a little bit about the rat and mosquito problem, interview a local artist and the Arts Council director, check out the Porsche Car Club, and Brandon goes to a car auction. And now let's go to Coral at the Salinas Airport.
Hi, it's Coral, and we're here at the Salinas Airport in the terminal, and we're here with Lauren, and she's an aspiring pilot. So we're going to learn a little bit about how you got here and what she plans to do with her future. So first off, tell me a little bit about your history with this program.
Well, my grandpa is a pilot, or he was a pilot, and I was always interested because he always told me stories about his time in the air, and so I wanted to be one too. And I also, my ultimate goal, because I'm a scientist, I like science, and I like speaking Spanish, so I want to be able to fly myself to South America and do science speaking to the locals in Spanish.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so my step was joining the Young Eagles program and taking flights, and it all started from that.
Wow, so how long have you been part of the Young Eagles program?
For 2 years.
Oh, wow. So, and I heard that you recently went to a camp, was it, or?
Yeah, it was the EAA Advanced Air Academy in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And I got to do flying, flight training, learned how to weld. I did all kinds of things. Learned a lot.
Wow. So what do you think has been one of the most difficult flights that you've ever had? Do you have a story for us?
Well, recently I got to do zero gravity. It wasn't really difficult, but it was very cool. You go down first, and then you pull up, and then you go down again, and then you're floating. There's pencils flying everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Cool. Yeah.
That's incredible that you get to have that outlook. I was telling you before that it's just incredible that you are able to see stuff that other people don't, you know, being the pilot right there.
Yeah.
So you plan on continuing on and becoming a pilot. What are your future plans? Pilot Academy or?
I don't know exactly. Yeah. Well, there's scholarships through the EAA also, so I want to apply for those and hopefully be able to fund it that way.
Well, awesome. I'm excited to be on your plane one day.
Yeah.
And wonderful speaking with you today, Lauren. How long have you been a part of this program? Tell me your history with the program.
Now, I've been part of EAA for about 20 years.
Wow, that's incredible. So, what were you before? Were you a pilot or?
No, I do not have a career in aviation. I just do this for fun. It's a challenge, and you know, some hobbies are more challenging than others, and I picked one that would keep me sane, sober, and excited.
Wow, so a hobby where you're also teaching youth how to fly.
That's just the start of it. We also have a program called the Air Academy. It's a summer camp for kids from it's a little older. We start them at about 12 to 18 years old. There's a summer camp at the headquarters in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It's a 1-week summer camp, and we send them there. The kids that are from 16 to 18 years old get to be there during the Big Air Show. Now, the Big Air Show is 10,000 airplanes flying into a single airport for the purpose of sharing their knowledge. And that is so large, so well organized, and such a big event that it's often a life-changing experience, not only for the kids, but for the pilots too.
Well, thank you so much for having us and speaking with us today, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So now we are going to speak with Lori, who's the Young Eagles coordinator. So tell me a little bit about why you personally find that this program is important to share with the community.
Well, it used to be many years ago that kids could ride their bikes to the airport and hang around and maybe watch an airplane and hitch a ride with a pilot. that's not possible anymore with
Right.
TSA and fences and boundaries. It's really inaccessible for kids to be introduced to aviation. So through the Young Eagles program, it is a public program. We advertise the events through the local media prior to the event. So we literally just take anybody from the community between the ages of 8 and 17 that's capable of flying, and we'll introduce them to aviation. And from there, we award scholarships to Air Academy. And we've had quite a few go through and get their pilot's license. And when you've done it for so long, and then you see the kids coming back and they have careers and they're pursuing it, then you know that you've had an impact.
Well, you've been doing some amazing work.
Yeah.
And I should come out here and start flying too.
You should.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us
We will
today.
get you a ride.
Yeah, awesome. And now back to the studio.
Are you experiencing a problem with rat and mosquitoes? Because Carmel Valley sure is. Let's check it out.
Thanks for having me at McCate TV. I'm here today to talk to you about rats and the local concerns that people have had about them. Rats are here. They have been noticed to increase in numbers recently. We've had a drought. We've had fires, which disrupt the rats' natural habitat. When they don't have one of the three things that they need, food, water, or shelter, they will seek it elsewhere. So they have been coming down from more remote areas to where we all live and congregate, and that's why we've noticed so much more of them at our homes. What you need to do about them is to eliminate one of those, food, water, or shelter. So if you have standing water, if you have pools and ponds, those are things that attract rats. If you have a lot of growth of vines and shrubs, those need to be trimmed back. That's what rats used to live in. So if you have the vines growing in your home, you can remove those and then you'll have less rats at your home too. And then also food. If you have birdseed or anything else outside, dog food, cat food, you want to remove that as well. And do a walk around your home. See if you have any holes or entrance points for them to get in and seal those up. You can use sheet metal, you can use steel wool, cement, or spray. Traps are definitely a good way if you don't have any problem removing them from the property. I recommend definitely consulting a pest control agency because they can do a walk around and they might see finer things that you don't. Rats can make themselves very small and can get through a hole that you might not even see on your property. So having that third eye to come around your home is definitely helpful. And they can set traps for you and come and check them, or you can do it yourself. So make sure that if you are dealing with a rat infestation at your home that you're very careful. There are a few diseases that are associated with rats and fleas. So we just want to make sure that everyone takes proper precautions and doesn't try to remove rat fecal matter on their own. Definitely get a trained professional to help you with that. Our website has a lot of information on it, and it's www.mtyhd.org, and you can do a search for consumer protection, and we have a lot of information for you for all sorts of subject matters on the website.
Hey, thank you, everybody. So my name is Vince Sanchez. I am the Mosquito, and I work with the Mosquito and Vector Control District here in Monterey County. We're going to kind of talk about mosquitoes. We have 3,500 different species of mosquitoes worldwide. We have 18 different species just here in Monterey County. So we have different types of mosquitoes that come out different times of the year. So right now we're fighting our summer type mosquitoes, and unfortunately those are some of our mosquitoes that can transmit certain diseases. One of the diseases we're dealing with right now is our West Nile virus mosquito. We're going to kind of go over a life cycle. I know this is going to be very, very quick, but let's just kind of jump right into the kit that I do have for you. So mosquitoes actually lay eggs in egg rafts. Now, not all mosquitoes lay eggs in egg rafts. Only about half of our mosquitoes do lay eggs in those particular egg rafts. Each one of these mosquito egg rafts, there's about 200 eggs. Once these eggs hatch, they actually hatch into the mosquito larvae. There are 4 stages of mosquito larvae. They start out pretty small and they continue to grow. They are big time eaters. They will feed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't stop feeding. The last stage in the water is actually the pupa stage. Now, this is the coolest part because this is where the metamorphosis is starting to happen, just like a butterfly. It actually goes into a cocoon, you may call that. Then, at the very end of that life cycle is the adult mosquito. It'll actually emerge depending on the species. Some species of mosquitoes will only live about 2 weeks. Others mosquitoes may overwinter for about 1 year. So one of the things you want to do is see if you can find mosquito larvae in your backyards. That seems to be a big problem in our area. Lots and lots of people will hold water after the rains that we'll see here coming soon. And they may have some containers, they may have some fish ponds, they may have some horse troughs, things, wheelbarrows and such, tires, for example, lots of buckets and pails and you name it. So if you do find a container and you see these little wiggly things in here, they're not worms, they're not pollywogs, these are actually mosquitoes. So it's important that you do know what mosquitoes look like. And once you do find that container, all you gotta do is kick that container right over, dump that tire, get rid of that standing water, get rid of mosquitoes. If you do have a fish pond or a horse trough or something, and you do have a lot of mosquitoes in there, what you might want to do is give us a call. We do have mosquito fish. They are called Gambusia finis. They are related to the guppy. They look like the guppy, although they are mosquito-eating fish. These do not make good sushi. A little biological control is all you need rather than using pesticides. So all you got to do is give us a call. We can deliver some fish to you. All you do is drop these in your fish pond or horse trough, and within a few days, these mosquito fish will eliminate all your mosquitoes. Each one of these mosquito fish will eat about 100 mosquito larvae in a day, so they are great eaters. And biological control is the best way to go. If you do have a mosquito problem, all you got to do is call the district. Our number is 831-422-6438. We do have a website, www.montereycountymosquito.com. Plus, like us on Facebook.
Next, Coral sits down with a local artist and talks with the Arts Council director.
Hey guys, it's Coral, and I'm here in the studio with Amadhe, also known as Forrest, and we're going to learn a little bit about how the foster care system has impacted her artwork. So first off, tell me a little bit about your name. You named yourself, correct? Yeah. Why?
I felt like I needed to form my own identity. Everybody knew me as Jasmine, and that came from my parents, and I didn't want anything from them. And everybody knows you, by your name, and I wanted it to come from me. So.
Wow, that's wonderful. So does Amadhe mean forest, correct?
It means forest water.
Wow, how beautiful. Do you think that artwork has had such an impact on you forming your own identity and you having your own name that you created?
Yes, it's a way that I can express myself. It's really hard to figure out how to express yourself and advocate for yourself with words, and I feel like the art that I do kind of gets my message across when I can't do it.
Right, that's wonderful. So how do you think that you being in the foster care system has impacted how your artwork has been?
I think before it was really colorful. It was really easy to figure out what I was going to paint. And then once I got put into the foster care system, I started painting how I was feeling. So the colors kind of went away. The paintings kind of went dull. I started painting the same stuff over and over again, like forests, but rainy forests or lakes. I don't know why, but ever since I got put in foster care, I started painting water and nature a lot more. I don't know why.
So is that why you created your name, the Forest Water? Or?
I thought of it because I'm part Native American, and I wanted something from my Native American heritage. And so I just went on Google and I looked up Cherokee baby names, and Amadhe stuck out, and then I named myself that. And then a couple weeks later I decided to try to figure out how to translate it, and I figured it out, and it was forest water, so just connected perfectly.
You got it from the roots of your heritage.
Yeah.
So do you think that while in the foster care system you were given proper support?
No.
Why is that?
I think when you're in foster care, you're supposed to, well, everybody expects the social workers to give you support, or your therapists, or your CASA workers, or even your foster parents. I was in very abusive foster homes for the first couple of years, so I had zero support from that part. I also had a really bad social worker who didn't, I don't want to say she didn't do her job, but she didn't do her job very well. So I had reported my foster parents, and she didn't do anything. I had reported foster parents to my therapist. They would tell me, since I didn't have an exact day or time of like certain abuse situations, they couldn't do anything. And my CASA worker didn't really want to listen to what I had to say. She just wanted to have fun when she got me, so I didn't have the support that I needed. No.
Right. So I personally also think that, youth voice advocates for yourself is so important. So that's wonderful that you're able to speak about this now. So how long were you in the system for?
So I've been in foster care since March 4th, 2014.
And now you're 18. So
I'm still in foster care.
You're still in foster
Yes.
care. So are you feeling comfortable in the situation you're in now?
Yes, I actually just moved out last week, out of my foster home into my own apartment. So.
Oh wow, so you're...
Yeah, but I'm still technically a non-minor dependent under AB 12. So I still get assistance from the government every month until I'm 21.
Wow, that's incredible. So they're kind of coming along and starting to help you a little bit more as you advocate for yourself.
Yes.
So what do you think is the main issue in the foster care system? Do you think it's rooted in that they don't give the right support and listen to you?
Yes, there's a couple of really big problems in the system that kind of like intertwine with each other. But yes, one would be not having the proper support that you need. It's not easy, literally losing everything. And then you're just thrown into a new house, into a new bed, and then you have nobody to listen to you. So I think the support needs to, step up a little bit.
Yeah. How do you think people would be able to fix this? Any ideas?
Yes. So I'm part of an organization called California Youth Connection, and we write bills every year and take them to the Capitol and try to get them passed. And this year's bill is revolving foster stability, and I think that a big part with support is being stable. If you're moved around, twice a month, you can't form that connection and that bond with somebody to even let them try and support you. So yeah, I think that.
That's very important. So I was going to ask you what organization you think has helped you the most. So do you think,
it's CYC, yeah.
Yeah, and so you were saying that your artwork also is inspired by that organization, correct?
Yeah.
So how do you think that they successfully give you that support?
Like the support, within foster care with my art?
Through the organization CYC, how do they support you?
Well, every member of CYC is a current or former foster youth, so
So that's where your quote comes from.
Yes.
So what was it that?
I don't know word for word, but pretty much go with the people who have been through the same things as you.
Because they understand. It's
Yeah.
empathy and sympathy and everything. That's wonderful. So art is obviously very therapeutic and has helped you out of a lot of different things. So what other ways, like journaling or writing, maybe running?
I have a journal, and I had a journal. I don't write in it anymore, but I used to write in it every single day. And then once I hit 1,000 days in foster care, I was done. So.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice that you would give to your self as maybe a 12-year-old or 13-year-old when in times of trouble?
To just stay strong, because no matter what anybody tells you, nobody's going to fight as hard as you're going to fight for yourself, and to keep advocating for yourself, because if you sit there quiet, it's just going to get worse.
It's incredible. So thank you so much, Amalda.
Hey, it's Coral here. We're down here at the Arts Council, and we have a special guest here with us today, Paulette Lynch.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Of course. So what is the Arts Council's mission statement?
Our mission is to improve the quality of life for everyone in Monterey County through the arts.
Incredible. So what are some of the steps that you have found to be successful while trying to reach every community and every different range of people?
So one of the things is to assess who all is here, but not at your own site. And we used to do that with First Night too. We would look at our the people who are coming and say, okay, who's not here yet? Then go out to that community and say, we'd like to put you in our program. And then all their friends and relatives and coworkers and everybody would come, and then we would keep reaching out. And so at that time we were focused on the cultural groups, and we would just keep reaching out that way. Here at the Arts Council, we started out looking at the geography. Or we could see that if you look at the whole of Monterey County and look at the map, you can see that there's and just put like little, we didn't actually do little pins, but if we had, we would see. There'd be plenty of things happening, quite a few in Carmel, PG, Monterey, and then as you go farther north, farther south, there's less and less and less and less, where somebody can just go from where they live to a neighborhood, something happening. So we started to talk to people, talk to artists, talk to community leaders. We went out and did forums. So we would just say, hey, everybody come down and tell us, what are you doing? We don't know yet. What could we do? And then we help them to see, we could put teachers and teaching artists into your schools. We can provide grant support once you get somewhat underway. We can help you get underway. And then connect also. Another really effective thing has been connecting the groups that are already underway, so Monterey County Pops, the Symphony, some other groups, and they now too keep going out further and further to other areas of the county that they hadn't been before. So then the next level of that has been for us, we did a lot of cultural group outreach at one point. We have a cultural directory now. We have special granting for small cultural groups as they're getting underway, as they're trying to grow their base and trying to connect with the broader community. And then now we're also starting to look at for people, it's not like that's all done. We continue with all that work, but now we're also looking at, well, what about people who have some sort of special need? Maybe there's a trauma there, so we have an Arts Healing Initiative, or maybe they have some other thing where they just need more immersive work. They just need us to be more attentive and more proactive, and they probably need us to interact more collaboratively with whoever's already working with them. So we started to really specialize in that process, and it's been really, really fun.
What are some problems that you've encountered in the past while trying to connect to different places?
So at the beginning of my time, so 2004, the greatest challenge was just getting people to recognize that the arts have a public and private value. For all the challenges that the NEA has, for example, the Congress approved a higher budget. California Arts Council, higher budget. And so for us, it's now the question is, how can we more swiftly and surely have enough time, enough resources to make sure that the quality is what our residents really deserve, and that we can continue to keep building the capacity of everyone else.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add to?
I just want to thank you for taking the time to talk about this. These are my very favorite subjects, I have to say. And it's great to be able to talk about that the arts really are the answer. So whatever it is that your viewers are thinking about, there's already artists at work in some sort of a way who are looking for you. So we just need to make those connections.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Paulette.
Wrapping it up, it's all about cars, cars, cars. We head down to the Porsche Car Club, and then Brandon goes to a car auction.
Yeah. So it's the Porsche Club Monterey Bay Region's annual Concours d'Elegance. So the cars to my right, camera left, are judge cars. So people who have cleaned their cars and have judges finding out just exactly how clean they are. And the cars over to my left, your right, are cars that are here for display. Really, looking at other people's cars and showing their cars off with like-minded people. everything in the car is judged. If it's in it, on it, or under it, it's looked at, and it's looked at for whether it's clean or not. So literally there's cars that people are poking under the chassis, literally underneath the car, to see if it's clean. And the easiest class, sort of the other end of the spectrum, is inside and outside. So is the outside of the car clean? Is the inside of the car clean? It's pretty simple. So let's go take a look around. There's lots of great stuff to see.
I've owned this car for 47 years. It's a 1967 912 painted Lido gold. Only one of 2 cars that we know of left in the U.S. painted this color. The other one's sitting in Atlanta, Georgia. I bought this car from the original owner. He had it about 3.5 years, so I've owned it for a little over 47 years. I know where this car has been in all that time. It's a great car for the Carmel area, Monterey area. Has no air conditioning, so it's perfect to, we have perfect weather up here to drive this car year-round. Used to be in Southern California. It's too hot down there for non-air conditioned cars. I've replaced a few parts, but only because they either broke or needed, fell apart, disintegrated, basically. Car is still very peppy, likes to run, has no problems with getting up to speed pretty quick. So it's a fun car to drive, unique car. People love the color. There are lots of great cars out there. When I take it to shows with other Porsches, a lot of great other Porsches of the same year, but people get attracted to this color. People are now starting to appreciate this car and this engine, and values have gone up considerably in the last 5 or 6 years.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Russo and Steele Automobile Auction in Monterey Bay. This bad boy has had 3 owners since 1960. Not only that, but the steering wheel is on the wrong side. As you can see, this car is only for the coolest of the cool. This bad boy is made entirely out of wood, but I wonder how many trees it took to make this car. Oh, it is made out of wood, that's weird. As you can see here, this Ferrari Spider doesn't have a roof on it, so that makes it easier for you to just hop in, just like this.
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for watching this episode of On the Mission Trail. Till next time.